What is buoyant force? Let's find out with this first experiment. When I push down the cork in the water, what happens? The cork comes back up as soon as I take my hand off of it. To keep the cork underwater, we have to give it a downward force. The cork is experiencing an upward force from the water and the downward force from my hand, which counters the water's force. Every object has an upward force when partially or totally immersed in a liquid. This is called buoyancy force. The upward force is called buoyancy. The deeper an object is underwater, the more pressure there is, and the more upward pressure it is, making the object come up faster. So if you push the cork down halfway, it comes up slower than it would if you pushed it all the way down. Now on to the next experiment, the water bottle experiment. If I put this empty water bottle on the water, it floats. This is because of the buoyant force exerted by the water. If I hold the bottle underwater, the bottle creates an upward force on my hand and comes up on its own when I let go. Now, if I go even deeper, you can feel the pressure having more force, and it comes up even faster because of this greater force. This is just yet another example of how buoyant force is greater when you put the object deeper in the water. Tune in to episode 2 of Buoyancy with Joe to find out what happens when you put a cat in water. Now on to the last experiment, the wood and rock experiment. Here I have a piece of wood and a rock. What happens when I drop these in the water? When I drop the wood in the water, it floats, because it has a bigger object and takes up more space, so the upward force of the water counters it. When I drop the rock in the water, the surface area and weight counter the buoyant force, therefore making it sink. This is the basics of buoyant force.